It's a beautiful Tuesday out there, Quad Cities. How the hell are you doing? We're doing great here in the Hassel Castle, aren't we, Jay Bird?
We are.
Yay.
It is a nice day out. I got a little jogging today, T-Roy.
You went jogging?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was fun.
No one chasing you?
No one was chasing me.
Huh.
No one was chasing me at all. I don't know. So, big day down at downtown Davenport tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What is that? Oh, opening of the baseball.
Opening day. So
I thought maybe there was a protest or something.
No,
there's
no
always things going on, Jay. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I'm uninformed, man.
Gotcha.
Until I get here, I live in my own world.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
The changes here for 2 hours?
Just in my own little T-Roy bubble until I get here. Then you tell me what's going on, and then I learn.
And then you tweak things to,
yes.
Yeah, can I do this?
Well, can I tweak things to fit my world? And then I go back.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Wonderful day.
Yes.
Shout out to our friends at Meatballs, by the way, up and going since yesterday.
Yes. You stopped by there today?
Stopped by there today. Had me the beautiful Italian sandwich on their homemade rye.
Okay.
So, yeah, they got rye, wheat, and white subs. And then I know they do some panini stuff. They have wraps, gluten-free options, everything. Vegan options.
Look at this place go.
I know. For whatever food ailment you have, me, I like a lot of it. They have that.
You like a lot of food.
Yes, and they have huge sandwiches. Huge. There's no problem in the huge department.
Huge, huh?
Yeah, they're big, man.
I was speaking of the person you just were
impersonating.
Yeah, where was I last night? I was watching
Donald.
They had a Mike Tyson versus, gosh darn it all, Lair Holmes.
Yeah.
Replay on yesterday. It must have been ESPN Classic or whatever else.
Tyson beat the holy hell out of him.
In stands is Donald Trump, and then stands in the, like first or second row. Donald Trump.
He was in the cheap seats, Sure,
yeah, sure. Like first or second row, and right next to him, Don Johnson. Miami Vice. Don Johnson.
Miami Vice for himself.
That's right. It was great. So I was like, oh, that's great. Look at that. I was like, look at what happened here. Well, the things have really gone weird.
Well,
but speaking of, and then, going back to classics or whatever else, we got Tim Tebow back in the NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, how many days was that? Hold on. It's a lot of days. He's
3,215, right?
Hasn't played an NFL game in 3,054 days. So, yeah. Tebow's back in the NFL. The Knicks might be in the playoffs. And who knew? Ben Affleck and J-Lo are back to dating?
Benifer.
Yeah, that's back. What world is going on here?
Yeah, what do they say? What is he? He's a
what?
What is he? He's a rebend?
She's rebending?
She's rebending. He's a rebound. Instead of rebound, he's a rebend.
Okay.
Or, God, someone used maybe it wasn't that. They used a really good play on his name for,
She didn't wait too long
he's a new friends with benefits.
She didn't wait too long though, right?
No.
She got right back out there.
Her and A-Rod split, and she was like, hey, Ben.
Yeah.
Help me out here.
Huh.
And he's like, hey, baby.
Yeah, I got to get over it. She's like, hey, Batman.
Hey, baby.
A different Batman than the one we were doing yesterday.
I'm single.
So, yeah, so that's happening, I guess. I don't know.
It's Beavis and Butthead for everybody out there that doesn't get that reference.
Yeah, well.
Do you believe Beavis and Butthead are 30 years old now? When it first came out?
That makes sense, right?
Came out like 1990, 91.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. That's right.
Right
I remember,
there.
92. I remember. It's my sophomore, junior year. Yeah. So I think that's when it was really getting off and running. That and like Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Some weird stuff. That's the build up to that in real world to where MTV no longer played videos anymore.
Well, I think they need to bring back Beavis and Butthead.
I thought they were going to.
I don't know.
I don't know. As long as you got your South Park, you're
That's
all
right. As long as I got South Park.
I'm good. Get down tonight, Modern Woodman, if you can. Go see the River Bandits. Should be a good time. I think it's great that it's been, 2 years roughly since we've had games down there, and hopefully we're getting back to some type of normalcy, if you will. We do have baseball going on. Like I said, the basketball playoffs are right around the corner, and the NHL is the same thing as well. So, yesterday I gave you guys a little bit of what was going on as far as like standing wise in the Major League Baseball. But T. Ray, where if you had to rank some teams right now, if you were given a power ranking, what would you be looking at?
Oh, I don't know. Like, what would I be? I'd be looking at overall record, and I'd be looking at that one stat, the runs.
Oh,
run differential.
Yeah, run differential.
Run differential is what I'd be looking at.
All right.
Who sings that song, Baseball? Mickey, Willie, and the Duke. Who is that? That was
Talking
Cashman or something.
baseball.
Yeah. Something Cashman and the Meow Hickeys.
Why are you thinking about that?
I don't know, because you got me thinking about it.
Baseball songs?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like Cashman and West right here. I got it for you, Jay.
Well, don't get us in trouble.
I won't get us in trouble.
Okay.
It's right here.
Jeez, that's so loud.
I didn't mean to. This is a great song.
The Whiz Kids had won it. Bobby Thompson had done it.
It's a great song.
It is a good song.
Yeah, should play that today all day.
We're missing out on good songs like that. But the yesterday was the old man in the cloud. Ezra said we're not enough stolen bases. Now we're like, we want more songs about baseball. He really would old man in the cloud
to me today if he saw what I was retweeting about. I don't know if he did or he didn't.
You went to Twitter?
Well, a guy wrote an article basically just saying, hey, why is this crappy baseball stuff going on? So, like, these guys here are, like, in the shifting. All right, here's the entire article. Written by Josh Kroshauer?
Yeah, all right, Josh. Lay
I
it
don't
on
know.
me. Lay it on me, Josh.
Looks like he's a political reporter, but hey, whatever. So, the state of baseball inside the biggest questions, and right now his quote is, there are well over 1,000 more strikeouts than hits in April, a first time in any month in MLB history, and the lowest batting average, 234, and it's even lower than 1968, which was considered the year of the pitcher.
The dead ball era?
Yeah. The year of the pitcher.
Oh, yeah, I guess you were gone. I mentioned all this on Friday's show.
And this guy, and then there was another guy. I don't know, he's not Eries or A's, but his name's Derek as well. And he goes, in the last 20 years, this is just this guy's opinion, and let's see what he does. He writes for The Atlantic. So
okay.
Derek Thompson. Looks like he works for CBS News and whatever else, too. But here we go. His opinion, in the last 20 years, I've gone from being completely obsessed with baseball to not watching until the postseason, to basically never watching but loving old stats, to yawning from afar as the game disappears in a cloud of strikeouts punctuated by solo home runs. Opinions, but, I mean, it matters in a way. I think he's not alone in that.
Hey, one bad review is as bad as 100.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I agree with that, but that's fine. I see what you're saying.
You don't want one bad. You don't want one bad. You want your product to be great right away. And so listen to that guy, a diehard baseball fan.
Right.
To I'll watch playoffs. To now I just yawn.
You're losing your when you lose your diehards, it's not good. And I'm telling you, he's not alone. I'm sorry, but I probably fit in that category. I do. I could care less about baseball right now.
No. I hope I never get to that. A lot of it has to do
with the Cubs not being good, but at the same time, yeah, there's a lot of factors. I don't know. It doesn't. I like good pitching, so really, it doesn't bother me so much. I do like to see good pitching, but
yeah, I mean, there's no.
But I like to see good hitting as well too.
Of course,
I don't need a home run. I mean, I love it when a guy goes 4 for 4, 3 for 3, whatever it is, 3 for 4. You know, a guy's up there blistering the ball. I don't like the shift. I've been against the shift. To me, that's slow pitch softball. I'm sorry.
Well, even in slow pitch, you can't do that.
I know, but you follow what I'm saying.
No, but you follow what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like slow pitch has been like, no, there's a line out there, but like in co-ed or whatever else. So you can't do a shift in there. Like city run leagues have been like, no, that's not. You're not allowed to do that.
You got players in spots
to help baseball, like what?
To help reduce where they can go. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just a fan of the game, and I'll be the
I
first.
am too. That's what bothers me.
I'll start hinting at things like, hey, you might want to turn on this game because I'm getting excited. I want other people to watch it or whatever else. But
Oh, yeah.
and then there's always the fun, nuanced things of like yesterday, the pools thing, right? We
Yeah.
talked about that, and where
I
do you
talked
fall
to the
on
wife
that?
about that.
Okay.
I laid it out for her. This is how exactly I laid it out for her.
Mm-hmm.
She has no idea who Albert Pujols is.
No.
But I used his proper name. I said,
Mhm.
Albert Pujols. You ever heard of him? No. I said, well, he's a surefire first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yep.
I said, he is towards the end of his career. This may or may not be his last year. His wife inadvertently led some to believe that. Told her the story.
Mm-hmm.
I go, he is currently batting 198. She goes, oh, that's not very good. So she even knew 198.
Sure.
Not very good. I said, no, it's not very good. I go, he was let go by his team on Friday. And she goes, well, why? And I said, well, I'm going to explain to you what had happened, and you tell me why you think he was. On Wednesday, prior to him being let go, he chewed out his manager, who happens to be Joe Madden. You remember him? She's like, yes. And then he proceeded to go above his head and chew out the general manager and the vice president of baseball operations.
Mm-hmm.
Basically saying he didn't agree with the manager's ways, complaining that he's not done. This is not his last season. And I said, I'm willing to bet that he probably used language that maybe wasn't quote unquote appropriate to use to your boss.
Yeah.
I said, I'm speculating on that. But
Sure.
either way.
Yeah.
And I said, so on Friday they let him go. And now people are saying that it's not fair because he didn't get a send off in the sunset, right off in the sunset. I go, now, other guys like Jim Thome, I said, you might not remember who that is. She goes, no. I said, numbers very comparable to
Mm-hmm.
Pujols. I mean, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, right? If he's not already. Thome should be,
yeah.
right?
I would say so, yeah. He's got the 500.
Yeah. So I said, they just quit calling him. And she basically said, well, he got fired for running his mouth.
She got fired for running his mouth.
I go, she gets it.
Yeah.
Mookie gets it. Billy Idol gets it.
They want Ohtani to be the DH when he's not pitching, okay? That's
and that's smart,
well,
right?
here's what else the front office did.
Does Ohtani win you more games than Pujols right now?
Then they wanted to move Jared.
Isn't it wins over replacement?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Then they wanted to bring in Jared Walsh to move him from right field to first base to play. He said, I want to play first base every day. Jared Walsh yesterday went 4 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base. He's batting like 378.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like...
I mean, I get it.
guy,
I feel
yeah.
bad. And I said to Amy, I go, I feel bad for the guy. He wants to play. He has this competitor in him. It's just gone. His skills have faded.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what it is. And when that happens, it doesn't mean you go to your boss and act like a jackwag.
No, but it does lead to what we talked about at the end of the show yesterday, and I do want to get into it. I'm legit going to pitch this series, and it is a 8-episode Netflix series, and I want to come up with the different ones that I can pitch to my buddy in La La Land to produce this, put this
Your
together.
buddy that helped write La La Land?
No, in
know.
Los Angeles or whatever else.
Yeah.
He did not do anything in La La Land. Like he is got done wrapping up the last season of Shameless. He is working on something. He has
I
contacted
got
me.
lost in Shameless, really. You know, like it was good,
Mm-hmm.
but like after like season 3, I was just like, I don't know. This whole that dude, what's his guy? William
Frank?
H. Macy.
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of the same things, but you know
It
what?
is.
For appointment television, it was good, and yeah, there was a lot of retelling. I mean, you can only like get into so much trouble over and over again.
Well,
and
I'm just saying,
whatever else.
like, enough of the guy being a drunk loser. I get it. Okay.
Yeah, but he was like, yeah.
I know.
Anyway,
but
so
you know,
yeah.
just to me, I
So
just
my buddy Garvin, he was sitting there and he's like, he was talking to me, and this was maybe about 6 weeks ago. We were texting back and forth, and he's like, I really want to put something together, some type of documentary on Gable, and he's been trying to pitch it, and he's like, I know that you worked with him. I'm like, yeah, anything you need. Well, I'll put you in with Kyle from, not the Wrestling Museum anymore. He's the Predicament, but Kyle and Morgan and Dan himself, because who's in my contacts.
Are you flexing a little
Yeah.
bit?
You want to pick up that name I just dropped?
Ric Flair?
For me? His wife is in my contacts still, Ric Flair.
You got Ric Flair's wife.
I do, yeah. Hold on.
Are you sliding in her DMs?
No.
The Nature Boy will come down on you.
It's been over a year ago since we have it in here. Hold on. Gosh, please tell me I have it.
You got Ric Flair's wife. Let's see, you got Dan Gable, Ric Flair, A.C. Earl, Quinn Early. You got Chuck Long in there now?
Hold on. Hold on.
You got that one unfunny comedian in there.
I don't. He's got. I bet you he's in there somewhere though. If I search all, I got him an email for him. That's for certain.
Oh, who? Ric Flair?
Chuck Long.
Oh.
No, Flair's. If I find Flair's wife or whatever, it's got to be.
You should have put that on favorites. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just be like, hey, remember me from back in April of 2019? You think Rick wants to talk for 5 minutes on? Oh, so that's what I wanted to say too before we go to break. Listen, like 2 weeks ago, our friend of our show, Eddie, right?
Yeah.
Kurt Warner. It's about draft time. Kurt Warner's on Twitter, and he's kind of going back and forth with somebody, and he's like, I want to promote more things for my podcast. I want to promote my podcast and have other analysts on. Why do we have to be competing? You know? And Eddie like tweets and quotes it and replies, and he's like, hey, Jay, you know, fellow Iowan, Panther, do something for him. I'm like, this is a win-win. Kurt, let's come on the show. We'll promote your podcast. You can talk about analyzing. You can talk about the Quad Cities, how you come down here. I think he's got family in Eldridge.
Yeah, pretty sure he
Crickets.
does. Crickets?
From Kent. Do you think it's because he's mad because I call him Kent Warner?
Did you call him Kent Warner?
Not to his face.
I wouldn't say that out loud.
But you know why? You see, you're not paying attention to me right now, which makes me feel like you don't pay attention to the story.
I'm listening to the entire story.
When he, in 2001, when he came back for the homecoming parade at UNI, he was the Grand Marshal, and the P&P, Petro and Provisions, put on the sign, welcome back. Welcome home, Kent.
Well, I think you were just making fun of the sign.
I'm not making fun of Kent Warner.
It's Kurt.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
See, now you're making fun of Kurt.
Okay.
It sounds to me like you're upset he didn't text you back.
I tweet
you back.
Just be like, yeah, hey, man, now I'm following you.
He probably knows that Deerfield kid, and he's like, this kid, he's Bad News Bears.
And that's the thing.
You're hanging
so
with
this
the
would
wrong
be our
crew.
second Hall of Famer on the show.
Who's the first?
Ric Flair.
Oh.
He's been inducted twice for himself, and he's a two-time Hall of Famer in the WWE Hall of Fame.
All right. How do you get inducted?
Well, because he went in once for himself and another to be part of the Four Horsemen. Woo!
Okay. Did Michael Jackson get in twice for being in the Jackson 5 and be a Michael Jackson? Does Ice Cube get in twice for being a member of NWA and being Ice Cube?
Yes, he should.
I think so.
And Michael Jackson should be in as well, also, yes. Okay. If they're not, he should be. Just like Phil Collins should be in for Genesis and himself.
Phil Collins?
Yeah. That's what I just said.
Prince being twice for Prince and the Revolution and Prince and the New Power Generation?
And just the symbol?
And just the symbol? 3 times?
That's an interesting question.
I don't know.
Prince, symbol, Prince and the Revolution, and the New Power Generation.
New Power Generation.
Really like that Diamonds and Pearl songs by that New Power Generation song.
It was solid.
It was good.
Get Off, too.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, the Prince one. Does New Power Generation get in? I don't know. The Revolution gets in. I think they should get. I think Lisa and those girls and the other people in the Revolution should get in. But yeah, I don't know. So I think what I'm asking everyone out there, the Hasselmaniacs, is tweet at Kurt Warner. I think it's K Warner 13 or something like that.
Get on him.
Yeah, tell him come on the show.
Be like, come on, dude. These dudes are little Iowa guys too.
That's what else I got to see. I got to reach out and see. I got to get a guest in studio tomorrow. I got to reach out to somebody. But anyway, we got to take our first break. This day in history, 44 years ago today. You'll never guess what I'm just going to tell you, T.
All right, no, I'll guess. 44 years ago today.
May 11th, 1977.
Secretariat wins the Triple Crown.
No, good guess though. No.
May 11th, 1977. May 11th, 1977.
I don't remember this because I was just a year old.
Give me a hint.
Atlanta Braves.
Oh, Hank Aaron breaks Babe Ruth's record.
No, that happened in April. This, on May 11th, 1977, Ted Turner took over as manager of the Atlanta Braves for a day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did they win?
I'll let you know. They lost 2-1.
Oh, no.
So the Braves were in the midst of a 16-game losing streak. And Ted Turner decided, I'm going to give the manager a day off. The manager's name was Dave Bristol. He said, why don't you take a staycation? Don't go far.
Yeah.
But just stay away from my team. I'm going to take care of this. He appointed himself as interim skipper for the day. In his autobiography, Turner recounted that he said, quote, "In the dugout, I really didn't do a whole lot other than crack some jokes and yell encouragement." He also said, "I didn't know the signs, so I had to sit next to one of the other coaches, and when I thought we should steal our bunt, I'd have to tell him so he could relay the signal." Seems to make sense.
Yeah. Delegate.
Yep. The Braves did lose 2-1, but Phil Niekro pitched a complete game, so Turner never got a chance to walk out the mound and give the old, the look, the righty or the lefty. I always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Now they just pick up a phone call. The phone,
Yeah.
I always wanted to walk out there and give the signal to the righty or
She's
lefty.
got, Skip. I think I got another battery. Oh, you did all you could.
Originally, though, even though it was a one-day thing, Turner liked it so much he wanted to stick around for another 10 days. He wanted to give him an extended vacation.
Oh, yeah?
Major League Baseball stepped in and said, no, that's not going to happen. But he persisted, and then Major League Baseball commissioner at the time, Bowie Kuhn, said no. He said, "Listen, if I can't do it here, can I go down to the minors?" And he told him no, which I don't know why it's any of his business.
Bowie was a real masshole.
So forever, his record is 0-1 in Major League Baseball as a manager. So Ted Turner, thanks for inviting us to A Day in Your World, May 11th, 1977. We'll be right back. Don't hassle us. We're local, and we're going to start pitching our docuseries.
All right, Quad Cityans, if you want to pitch a docuseries, talk to Jay.
No, don't steal my ideas.
But if you need to find a place to get your oil changed,
this is a solid idea.
Get some ink or grab some lunch, all you need is a Locals Love Us guide that has an easy-to-navigate table of contents that will find what you're looking for. Or, even easier, go to localsloveus.com. Click on Quad Cities and you browse favorites. It's easy to use, and they're even ranking all the most popular places for you. So please, try it today. It's our boy Chopper at Locals Love Us. They're your guide to the best.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Lobo from Lobo Salsa. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
All right, is that a Q2 or Q3 expense?
Dwayne's CPA went MIA.
W9.
To keep his books and his sanity, he needs to find a replacement, ASAP.
Hey, Johnny, have you ever heard of a fungible good?
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Run with us on a John Deere Z365 RZ track mower. Built for taking it easy. We're talking lemonade on a lazy afternoon easy. That's why we added the Easy Change 30-second oil change system to make the job nice and simple. And with the convenience of standard mulch control, you'll control your clippings without any extra effort. So you can get back to the good stuff, because lawns aren't just for mowing, they're for living. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere Z300 for more.
O'Reilly. Ready for an oil change? Our professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts recommend all the best products to get the job done right. Like 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil on sale now, just $28.95. And we'll make sure you have all the supplies you need, including a filter, funnel, shop towels, drain pan, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Are you retired? Don't want full-time? Have a CDLA? We've got the perfect job for you. This is Eric at Winger Truck Line, where flexible home time really means something. You don't have to drive for us full-time. Tell us when you want to work and work the days you want. At Winger Truck Line, we have a brand new increased pay program. Drive with us and you'll see. We say what we mean and we mean what we say. Winger Truck Line is working hard to get you home. Winger Truck Line, 800-593-6433 or drivewtl.com.
River Valley Turf is your Quad Cities John Deere dealer specializing in lawn and garden, commercial equipment, John Deere utility vehicles, and compact tractors. River Valley Turf has a huge inventory of both new and used power equipment to get the job done right the first time. Deer season is going on now, so come shop the selection and save. Buy now before they're gone. Unlike the box stores, we let you drive it before you buy it. Stop in and see what River Valley Turf has to offer today, located in both Davenport, Iowa and Silvis, Illinois, or visit rivervalleyturf.com.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to getlocalcustomersnow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit getlocalcustomersnow.com. That's getlocalcustomersnow.com.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. It's Tebow time again, this time in Jacksonville, where he'll be reunited with his University of Florida head coach, Urban Meyer. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero reported Monday that the Jaguars plan to sign Tebow to a one-year contract. The deal is expected to be official in the next week or so. Tebow recently worked out as a tight end with the Jaguars. The Colts are signing former number 1 overall pick left tackle Eric Fisher to a one-year contract worth $9.4 million. He'll be tasked with protecting Carson Wentz's blind side in the wake of Anthony Costanzo's retirement. Pelissero reporting Monday that ex-Seattle linebacker Shaquem Griffin is attracting attention from multiple teams. A fifth-round pick in 2018, the linebacker appeared in 46 games in Seattle. He'll likely be a full-time pass rusher after playing off the ball in Seattle. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Napa know-how.
Why get a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $27.99? Great question. Do you like getting $10 prepaid gift cards? Do you enjoy your car working? Do you love being called a genius? Who doesn't? Pick up Mobil 1 for $27.99 to get a $10 gift card. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General States pricing. Sales prices not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 5/31/21.
So, how can I promote my new curbside pickup service?
It's possible with Staples Connect.
I need custom floor decals that'll get noticed, not just walked on.
Also possible, Staples Connect can help your business grow with custom printed sales and marketing materials. And now get 15% off signs, posters, and decals when you spend $75 or more. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 5/29. Visit staples.com/signage for details.
The biggest stars in sports are heard right here. Never miss a moment when you download our app. This is the Quad Cities sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, we are back. Thanks again for tuning in to Don't Have Since Local here today.
Saw an interesting tweet, and it's from Football Perspective at FBG Chase.
Okay.
Is how you follow him. If Tim Tebow, well, it says Tim Tebow, if he actually makes it to the 2021 NFL season, would become just the 6th player in NFL history to play in the NFL, not play in the NFL for 8 or more straight seasons, and then play in the NFL again. There are 5 other players.
5 other players did this.
You only know of one.
I only know of one. I'm sure there has to be like a bunch of dudes from like World War II era.
Let's see. We've got a couple in the 80s, World War II, and then finally pre-World War II. So
So 2 in the 80s did it.
Well, 2. Well, actually, like 3 in the 80s. Then I guess if you look at it, 3 in the 80s, 1 World War II during World War II, 1 pre-World War II.
How long did they have to be out of the NFL?
It's 8 seasons, consecutive seasons.
They had to be out at least 8 consecutive seasons?
Yep.
Oh, boy.
1 made it 9.
And
I think it does have to do with World War II also. He came back after World War II.
I'm trying to think of who did it in the 80s.
The most famous one right now is Doug Flutie.
But he was playing in the Canadian Football League.
He left the NFL for 8 years.
All right. I'm sorry. That's a stretch.
Doug Flutie played with the Patriots in 1989.
Tebow wasn't playing football.
Then went to the CFL for 8 years, dominated that league, and then returned to the NFL and the Bills in 1998. Then, in undrafted out of San Jose State in 1987, David Diaz Infante. He went undrafted in 1987, played as a replacement player for the Chargers in the 87 season, but he wasn't considered NFL worthy. Then he played in the World Football League and the CFL, but became Broncos long snapper in 1996 and is now a Chargers offensive line coach. Quarterback Tony Adams. Do you remember this gentleman?
No.
He was a replacement player. He came back as a replacement player at the age of 37 in 1987. Before that, he had been out of football since 1980. So there we go. Ross Nagel was a big tackle who played for the Cardinals in 1942 at the age of 19. He went on to go in the World War II, and then he re-entered in the NFL in 1951. And then finally, the 9-year guy, Frank Tiger Walton, played for Lone Star Diaz in the Boston Redskins in 1934. He then went home to Beaver Halls to coach high school football and then college football at Geneva. In 1944, he returned to the NFL. But he returned to the NFL. Now they're in Washington. And he was a member of the Redskins in 44 and 45, remained a guard and a player coach. So he played 3 seasons with one franchise in 2 cities. He played in 1934, 1944, and 1945. It's a long stretch to not play in the NFL. And they do not have a lot of depth at the tight end position. So I think he actually will be making the... I think he'll be making the 53-man roster. Yeah. And also he can be a mentor to Trev. T-Law.
T-Law? Was that...
I don't know.
Do you have another man crush?
No, not at all. I don't think Trevor is attractive whatsoever.
All right.
I don't like his hair.
You like Joe Burrow, though.
I like Joe Burrow.
All right.
Yeah. And I don't know who's...
You definitely have a type.
definitely have a type. So, I guess. So we talked a little bit about... All right. Talked a little bit about the situation with Pujols, all right?
Yes, and your idea that you're pitching to your friends in
Here's
LA.
what I'm going to pitch.
Okay.
To whoever wants to produce this and sell this off to Netflix or ESPN or ESPN the app or whatever else.
It's perspective.
This is
right?
us workshopping here.
So it's from your eyes, from my eyes, from their
It's a lot of research. This is workshopping. We are verbally workshopping this idea.
Okay.
You have to have a sports controversy in some way. More than likely, we want a relationship that is severed.
All right.
So basically, they're kind of going through a divorce. Basically.
I already got the perfect one for you.
Okay, well, we'll get to it. Because I'm just setting up how it has to be.
It's already been done, kind of, though.
Okay.
Anyway.
And it can get messy. One side's going to yell from the top of the mountains about how the other one was wrong. The other one probably is going to stay quiet. But there's 2 sides to every story, right? And maybe 3.
Okay.
Now, the Showtime show The Affair, like I told you, always made a good job of taking the people in it. And there's multiple people in it because obviously this affair, there's probably 3 people involved in the affair, right?
Yeah, so you got side 1, side 2, and side 3.
If not, yeah.
All right.
So, and it would be, it's season long, and I think they got 6 seasons out of it, maybe 10 episodes each one. But the beauty of it is like, just say, so you have the guy, I forget his name, Noah, all right? And he's married to Helen, and he has an affair with Allison. Mm-hmm. So, like, right away, the first episode, you have Noah saying he's taking his family up to a vacation town up there in Northeast, whatever else, real ritzy type thing, right? And the first half hour, it's just his version of how the things go. And then the second half hour is Allison's version, and things look a little different. People look different. They look a little glamorous, or they don't look glamorous, whatnot. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm looking at is I want to take in sports history, break it down, and then you have like basically the hour-long show, but it would be through both sides, so you get both lenses. Takes a lot of research, takes a lot of writing, because you're going to have to do interviews on both sides and kind of really work it together. So what I'm asking you is, what seasons, who do we pitch? What's our first season right out of the gate? What is the one that we're like, we got to do, we have to do it this way? What's the one right out of the gate? And I know there's a podcast kind of like Sports Wars or whatever else, and I know Easer Hayes has quoted quite a bit, but I came up with this idea maybe 5 or 6 weeks ago, and it was all about, basically, it was when Brad, friend of the show on the Harrington Pub Facebook comment thread, he brought up the anniversary of the Montreal Screwjob. And that is the one where I'm like, okay, that would be a good 2-part thing where they act out. Because there's been a lot of A&E documentaries going on lately, or Dark Side of the Ring. So Pujols versus the Angels would be one of them.
Okay, that's fine. I have 4.
Yep.
Right now.
Okay.
And this one technically kind of has been done in a way, but maybe not like this.
Uh-huh.
You got the one side is Tiger Woods. The other side is his wife. And then the third side would be people that were close to the two. How it looked from their eyes. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
Like you had like the one, was it Bernard Longer? Or one of the whoever it was that introduced Tiger to her because she was their nanny. Like them. And then Tiger's camp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could almost have 4 sets of eyes, 5 sets of eyes.
Well, the thing is, you can do that. That's the thing.
Right.
That's what really gets people going, because then all of a sudden, like episode 3, it fades to black, and then it says Tiger's camp, and then you're like, oh, I got a new set of eyes.
Right.
Like they're scrambling to be like some people are like, hey man, there's a contrarian in the room being like, but what if he did this? What if he's truly a monster? And they're like, knock it off.
Yep.
We'll play that. We understand what you're saying. See, that's what makes it fun. It doesn't just have to be 2.
Right.
You've now thrown
right. And I got 3. Now here's my other one I think is great.
Mm-hmm.
And it maybe wasn't necessarily a breakup, but it was a breakup. Brady, Belichick, Kraft, that whole thing.
Yep.
And then you can throw in other sets of eyes. You got teammates.
Yep.
Friends of Tom.
Yep.
Friends of Bill.
One episode definitely has to be through Tampa Bay's Buccaneers' eyes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Where they're sitting there going, hey, are you reading this? Is this going to happen? And then they come up with the, if you build it, Operation, if you build it, he will come.
Yeah, Operation Iowa. That's what I call that.
See, isn't that fun?
Yes.
You got the thing is, what are we pitching here? 8, 10 episode?
I don't know. As many as we think we can get. It's up to the director and the people who produce it. We're just giving the ideas, man.
So I do like Easter A's, LeBron in Cleveland the first time. Yep.
Oh, absolutely. That now here's another one that's up there. Remember T.O. in Philly?
T.O. in Philly.
Yeah, and him McNabb, all that.
I'm not
They lost the
familiar.
Super Bowl. T.O. threw up a bunch of garbage. He was pissed off. And then he started working out in his driveway. Remember that? And then he went to Dallas.
You could even do the social media side of it too. You don't even have to mention. You can all the people putting things out there.
I'm gonna keep diva receivers on my thing here. Antonio Brown.
Yep.
There's a lot.
He's
a whole bag of crazy.
Uh-huh.
Go back just a year prior to that.
Uh-huh.
Le'Veon Bell, same thing. So you basically have 2 guys. What the hell's their problem with the Steelers organization where they wouldn't play? These 2 were both studs, considered the top of their game at the time. You got their riff with the Steelers, or they have riffs with Mike Tomlin, teammates, all that. But I do like the LeBron one, and it's been done. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you got Michael Jordan and Jerry Krause.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard to get from Krause's eyes because he's dead. But either way,
there's got to be some books. That's what I'm saying. You've got to have family members. There's a lot you have to do.
Right.
Like you've got to get the okay. So basically, when you're pitching this or whatever else, you got to find the one that the first one you're coming right out of the gate hard. All right, first season of a podcast, nothing's been better than Serial. That's just the way it works,
right?
You know, but I mean, season 1 of Serial. But and I'm pretty sure I don't know Sports Wars podcast. I'm pretty sure their first one.
But you got to pick the top ones. I think the MJ one too. MJ's a good one.
It's going to be tough to get because he already did it, and you would almost have to have Jason Hare do it all over again because now he's got his trust and everything.
All right, maybe you don't get that one.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't. But let's think of other sports blunders.
How
do they let this guy go?
You got to have Favre that's mentioned on here though. Is in Easter A's has got list. You got to have Favre in Green Bay, and then you have Aaron Rodgers' eyes.
Yes,
and then you've got the 3. You've got Green Bay front office. You've got Green Bay fans. I mean, it doesn't. It's always like Favre versus Green Bay, but you sprinkle in every other episode or whatever Aaron Rodgers, and then you throw in something else. It doesn't always have to be those 2 against each other. That's what keeps it going, because then you're like, I was waiting for this. I thought about that. I want to know what the fans' perspective was of this. And you grab old clips of Green Bay.
We got one in the making right now that we're not even talking about. Deshaun Watson.
The Deshaun Watson one is an interesting one.
It is all kinds of angles from that. You got the way it started, where he's saying, I don't want to play for the franchise. The franchise is like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then all of a sudden the sexual harassment stuff comes in.
Yeah. And this
you
one
got all kinds of angles to go with that one.
This is like this is like season
I mean,
5
that's
or
like
10
that,
though.
yeah, but I'm just saying that one is like that's like Days of Our Lives on steroids on whatever they put that horse on. Anti-inflammatory drugs.
Okay, let me get through this, and because I am looking a lot at the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, and I'm very, very happy that people are doing this. And there are some things where it's not coming across.
Okay.
That it really has to be controversy within the organization.
Yeah.
And what pulls people apart. I mean, you have Montana and San Fran when he goes to the Chiefs or whatever else. I don't know much about that.
And if you can't get Jordan, you can get Scottie Pippen, by the way.
Definitely we'll talk about Cross. Interesting one would be really, really good one as well. Dan Patrick and ESPN.
Yes. How about Kobe Shaq?
The Kobe Shaq one is good, but it's got to be in there because then
it's them two.
It's those two. You have
fought
their
with each other.
Yeah, you have their
and then
versions.
Became friends.
Yeah, you have their versions, and then every once in a while you throw in the Lakers, and you have the buses and how they had to try to intervene in all this.
Dan Patrick, ESPN is huge.
Whatever Israelis are thinking, I have to trust him on this. Dale Earnhardt versus Teresa Earnhardt. I have to trust him on that one. I don't know much about it. I'm telling you, I trust him. I'd put that one on my list. Marcus Allen and the Raiders. Don't know too much about it. He ended up going to the Chiefs too, right?
Yeah.
But when we have things like Jimmy G and the Patriots, Jimmy G, Tom and the Patriots kind of ran him out. Brady through Jimmy's eyes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Lions, Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson.
Oh, yes. I was thinking those already.
Wouldn't the divorce be more like the Lions versus the Detroit Lions fans, the front office, and then in between you have Barry Sanders' version of it, Calvin? Just how much the Lions have just done a terrible job for their fan base.
Yeah.
I mean, from Matt Millen all the way down.
I'll tell you the one that you need to do that's going to win it.
Okay.
It's right off the bat. It's Jimmy Johnson, Jerry Jones.
That's a good one.
That was huge. I mean, that was huge. And everybody thinks they know, but no one's really gotten it through Jerry's eyes ever.
Mm-hmm.
You've gotten it through Jimmy's eyes. I mean, that was huge. You got to remember, like, the things we heard is Jerry felt snubbed because Jimmy wasn't polite to him at a table.
See, that's great. An entire an entire hour-long episode over what Jimmy thought happened at the table and what Jerry did.
Thought happened
and
at
that's
the
just
table.
one of the episodes out of many that would be in a 10-episode series.
And then you can look at it through Aikman's eyes. Well, the team when it was by Jerry.
Yeah.
And the team before when it was by Jimmy.
We have all these actors playing these guys. I can't wait till we go to Hollywood.
I'll play Aikman.
Producing this stuff. You should play Aikman.
Fat Aikman.
I'm again. Sosa and the Cubs. Was that a bad breakup?
It wasn't great.
Mikey says that.
It wasn't great.
OJ and the knife. I get it. OJ's version, the knife's version. Michael. the knife could talk.
It's not funny to laugh at a double murder.
Yeah, you're right.
It's really not.
You're right.
All right, but that let's have a sense of humor. That was funny. Good comment.
Michael Vick and the dogs. Kyle says, I don't know. That's. Hands kind of forced there if you're the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know if he said I'm never going back.
I get it. I mean, the dog is going to be like, yeah, you can't. Yeah, crossing the
line.
Man, trying to think. There had to be some baseball. I mean, you could go back to this. The very first free agent ever.
Boston and Roger Clemens.
Yes, but go back to the first free agent ever.
Kurt Flood. That's a really good one. Flood versus the Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
What do we call? Do we call this divorce sports? Disports? Sports divorce?
Sports divorce.
Sports divorce, of course.
And no one can have a divorce like sports, of course.
I like the idea. Okay, so if you got LeBron, you're staying in NBA. The breakup of Harden, Durant, Westbrook, and OKC.
Yeah.
And I think you could also do. I mean, you're spinning off into more Harden and what goes on, and same thing with KD. I mean, and Westbrook. And congratulations to Westbrook for just breaking the career triple-double record last night. But these gentlemen have not really found a home and identity in any of these places.
Well, that was a terrible thing to break up. I mean, to think about it, they had those two plus Harden together. They had something special, and they needed to leave it together.
I like your Jimmy Johnson one because now I'm just thinking about coaches. coaches. I mean, and then you could get regional. I mean, obviously it's done before, but really
Bobby Knight in Indiana.
Bobby Knight in Indiana, Dicka versus Buddy Ryan.
Oh yes.
You know those are ones that
Bobby Knight Indiana is a huge one.
It took a long time for him to go back.
Yeah.
And I 100% would do the Montreal screw job, by the way. Like that, to have it like from everyone's perspective and to retell the story, which I think they kind of have, but to show how it came about, the behind the scenes type of thing. And that's a small wrestling one, but there are things that have to do with that. So I've been watching these A&E documentaries, and I'm only going to talk about it real quick and then come back to what we're talking about. But like the Macho Man one, there's a lot of stuff out there that he kind of got buried, but I don't really think he got buried that much. I mean, Bubba the Love Sponge buried him, but Bubba the Love Sponge is a piece of crap. So, like, I don't know.
Bubba the Love
He's like he's a DJ down in Tampa, but actually got syndicated about the time when wrestling was getting big, and people thought he was hilarious, kind of like a Bob and Tom show, whatever else, like, you know, just fart jokes and galore.
Yeah.
But he was good friends with Hogan. He's the one that leaked the Hogan sex tape that also had the Hogan dropping the N-word stuff. So not much of a friend, but he kind of buries Mach. But the rest of it,
What's he say about Mach?
Oh, just said that he wasn't a good person, and domestic violence just goes deep into things that really didn't need to get. I mean, it's part of the story; it needs to be told a little bit. But then he had, she was called Gorgeous George. I forget her real name, but that was like Macho Man's like girlfriend, valet, wife. I don't know, but she's just like She basically says he was a good guy, but he's a complex guy, and he was a complex guy, Macho Man.
I thought he was married to Miss Elizabeth.
He was, and then they got divorced.
Oh,
yeah, and then so it was someone else, but. You know what? Easter eggs, you nailed it there too. I'd like to see that, and I think T-Roy would as well. Yankees and Billy Martin.
Oh yeah,
I mean that's like
you could do that. Like
he said,
that's an ongoing. It broke up again.
They got together.
That's like Ben and Jennifer.
Yeah, they got together and divorced like 10 times.
Oh my God, that's a great one.
Phil Jackson and the Bulls and Lakers.
I'm telling you right now, there was probably nothing better than I was old enough just to kind of remember it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom would make jokes about it because she was a Yankee fan. But those two getting together and breaking up again, and they were on a Miller Lite commercial together.
Oh, yeah, Less Filling Tastes Great.
Yeah.
Those commercials were good.
Dude, I mean, there's things about the 70s that we really need to bring back.
Just Joe D drinking coffee and smoking a heater after a game.
Yes, people just down at PBR. I'm telling you right now, I'm on this big PBR kick.
I know.
And if you haven't had PBR in a while, you need to go out and drink it, folks. It tastes great. It is absolutely.
It's Tuesday, and that's like $2 like retro beers at pints, right? We had PBR, right?
Boom, PBR pints today.
Gotcha.
Get on it.
Well, let's continue this conversation and kind of workshop a little bit more, and we'll talk more about sports. I appreciate everyone for following along with us here at Don't Hassle Us We're Local. We got to take a break here in the first hour.
Do I
love that. I love that Easter eggs wrote every current NBA player in a Kardashian. John Daly and the PGA.
Is there a current NBA player that hasn't slept with a Kardashian?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
I have no idea.
Quad Cities. Remember this. Since 1934, if you've needed anything when it came to restaurant equipment, you needed to go to Tri-City Equipment. And they've been your source for all that stuff ever since. Remember, if you're looking to cater an event or you just need something for your home chef, check them out online at tricityequipment.com or walk right on down to 527 West 4th Street in Davenport and look at their newly remodeled 2,400 square foot showroom. Remember, they're going to deliver to all Quad City residents. That means you do not have to go online anywhere else. You just get with them and they'll bring it to your house because they match all online pricing. Give them a call today, 563-322-5382. Showroom hours, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Tri-City Equipment, 527 West 4th Street in Davenport.
I've been earning and burning, snapping necks and cashing.
You like that? You like that? Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Merrick Brave from SCW Pro, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Clay's cleaning service has a spotless reputation.
Take care of the windows. Hello, this is Clay.
But his business operations could use a light dusting.
Boy, I had you scheduled for next week. I'll just check here. No, absolutely. We will be there tomorrow.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Unfiltered. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Zubin Mahente.
Does Aaron Rodgers get moved before the season starts?
The two teams in the AFC for me would be the Raiders. And I know they got Carr, but you send Carr back to Green Bay. I know John Gruden, he's probably sitting there just trying to figure out how to get that done because he's never satisfied the quarterback spot.
Never.
Think about it. He tried to get Brett Favre when Brett was 60. So, I mean.
But if you think about it, though, as far as location goes for Aaron Rodgers.
He was Vegas.
Vegas would be, Vegas would be optimal. Obviously, Bay Area, where that would have really been.
That's why he was really pushing. He was really pushing for that San Francisco opportunity because they had a winning team. And the Raiders, maybe he is a guy who can kick them over the top. But those are the two teams in the AFC that make sense.
Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Zubin. Mornings on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand...
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't!
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike three.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot!
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
What I am about to tell you is my opinion. It is not a statement of fact. I believe that the 49ers changed their minds on the decision between Mac Jones and Trey Lance somewhere deep into the process. I don't think this was all one big smokescreen. I don't think they got any benefit from doing it. I think they legitimately changed their minds. And as a consequence, they take Trey Lance instead of Mac Jones. I don't know this for certain, but if I had to bet money that mattered to me, I would bet that if Trey Lance had been available at 4, the Falcons would have taken him. That's what I think. I don't know it, but that's what I think. And that would have changed everything. Obviously, the draft falls the way the draft falls because quarterbacks went 1, 2, and 3, but not 4. I think Lance, when all was said and done, was the guy everybody wanted.
Greeny, weekdays 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
Don't you feel so free out here on the lake?
Not as free as this soda.
Where'd you get free soda?
Casey's. Buy 4 fountain drinks, 5th one's free.
I love free.
Bought this jerky, got this free donut too. And these chips could win me a free Lee Brice concert here in our town.
With Casey's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes, the more you buy, the more you can win, including a free Lee Brice concert for your town. Casey's, here for good. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. For official rules, visit Casey's.com.
Shanae and Golick Jr., 306 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170.
Let's play Hollywood. That's right.
Yeah.
We're here in the Hassel Castle, thinking of shows.
Just entertaining Jay and his crazy ideas. Let's just play Hollywood.
It's either that or talk about baseball.
Well, I mean, the thing is as far as it goes, this is content, and it's bringing back stories that we know. We're all involved. I mean, we get involved in sports, and then finally, we're creating jobs because we're not just taking clips of things and whatnot. We're hiring actors to play the parts of these things.
Yeah, look at us.
Yeah,
and we're even going to pay a livable wage.
Mm-hmm.
Look at us.
That's what I say. We do have some interesting things out there, and that are already there. Easer A's. I could see Ozzie getting the White Sox. These are ones, but these aren't the ones that really. Right now, we're trying to get to the ones that itch, the ones that we want to scratch, the stories that we know of.
Is there anything international that we're thinking about?
There's got to be something.
I mean, there's
like,
got to be some soccer.
Yeah,
break
well,
up,
like
right?
yeah, even that whole Super League thing they wanted to do, but there's got to be like somebody leaving, like Maradona or something like that.
Messi.
Yeah, we're both sides, and that's what we'll get global. There's got to be
Ronaldo.
Maybe not Olympics, but like something.
Who was the good-looking fellow that married one of the Spice Girls? Didn't he leave?
Beckham.
Yeah, didn't he leave?
I think so. I don't know. I'm sure he left England or whatever else. I don't know. Wayne Rooney.
Well, I know one we could do.
What's that?
The royal family.
What? Why?
Harry and Meghan. Everybody cares about those two ding-dongs.
Not me.
I know, I don't either.
Yeah. I'm
like, didn't we fight a war to get rid of these idiots? Why do we care?
But what do you have? So what is the initial season? What is the one that we're like, okay, if we, and for those of you just tuning in at close to the top of the hour, we're pitching a show to not Vegas.
What was the other one? I
Los
wrote down
Angeles,
a few. I like the Brady Belichick. I like the Cowboy one.
I really like the Cowboy one because I'm excited more about that, just the dumb story over a dinner table, not being invited to sit down.
Well, just hear it like this, too. Imagine if I told you a team was going to win back-to-back Super Bowls. And what if I told you that's only happened blank amount of times? And what if I told you this team had a really good chance to win 3? And then what if I told you they fired the coach?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sports Divorce.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Or is it divorce sports? Sports divorce.
Sports divorce.
Ladies and gentlemen, sports divorce. There are more than just two sides to every story.
And this one starts out.
Tagline.
The Big D in Big D.
The Big D in Big D. I love it. I do like that one, and I know it's too much. Like sometimes I'm like, I get it into, but that's an interesting one because he built that from
close
nothing.
to making it to the Super Bowl for a third straight time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they had a chance. They were trying to come back on that San Fran team, which was damn good.
Mm-hmm.
There was I think there was a turnover at the beginning, and the Cowboys came back. And then if they would have played the Chargers, they would have done exactly what the 49ers did to them. They would beat the holy hell out of them. They would have won 3 straight if Jimmy Johnson had been gone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and these are right. Favre versus Green Bay is a huge one as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that definitely has because
I think we do this. I think you start out with NFL because there's enough. I think there's enough there with the Brady, Belichick, Favre, and then you can see how it feels when you're feeling it out. I mean, the Tiger Woods one will be a big one too.
Yeah, that would be because you have. Is she going to disclose? And I mean,
right,
I've never read a book like on her side, or I haven't seen like an article. It's like what she had to go through. Type
you're
thing.
gonna
I'm not
have
doing
to,
a die, but you know, as a writer,
you're gonna have to get some investigative people in on it.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have a team of people that are writing this thing together, and it's gonna, it's based on actual events.
Right.
So you gotta put that in there as well. So you can have some liberties.
All I'm waiting to see is I want to see how she actually threw that golf club. Was it with 2 hands? Was it an overhand like an axe throw?
Because what the thing is this isn't like
she just slinging it like like a frisbee.
This isn't like The Last Dance. We're not taking interviews. We're not airing interviews. How's that? We're
using actor portrayals.
Yes. Yeah, and it's just going to be a show.
Yeah,
dude. This is good. I'm telling you, this one would be big.
Yeah.
And so we get that. Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to think. Is there any like college football coach? Like, I don't think it made headlines, but Brett Bielema leaving in the midnight hour, leaving Wisconsin to go to Arkansas. But that didn't ruffle as much feathers as it did in the Big Ten world. Like that would be more like a Big Ten channel documentary, not for our friends at Amazon or Netflix or Paramount Plus, or I'm just rattling off stuff.
I know what
right
you
now.
could do. You could go back to the firing of Woody Harrelson, or not Harrelson. Geez,
Woody Hayes.
Woody Hayes. Geez.
That's interesting.
That's a good. I mean, you get fired for being, not cool.
Penn State scandal.
Ooh, it's been done. In a way, they did the Pacino playing him.
Yeah, that's true. So, and then again, I don't really want to. I really would never be. I think you and I are on the same page. I wouldn't want the side ever to be like, this is blown out of proportion. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't want the side that's saying, oh, look at the victim. Not much of a victim, huh?
Yeah,
don't
I wouldn't
want
to do
side
that
because
Yeah, just like I wouldn't want to do like
Woody
the
thing.
Michigan State thing. I wouldn't want to do that either. That's not the breakup. Well, that's not the breakup we're looking for. That
Right,
yeah,
right. Yeah, that's not a breakup. That's like, that's like breaking the law. Different.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that. But
sports breakups. I like this.
I do like Billy. I do like Billy Martin and the Yankees. I think that's
that would
good.
be. I think that would be a great one too. I think that would pull because you think about this. What I'm trying to do in my head is I'm trying to do teams that are going to draw just because of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yankees will draw because of who they are. The Cowboys will draw because of who they are. So will the Patriots, because all three of those teams you love to hate.
Yeah.
And you love them, and hate, you know what I mean.
Yep.
If there was a Notre Dame version of that, you would have that on there. I think too. People love to hate. I mean, back in the day, not so much now.
Mm-hmm.
Bama is more the team people love to hate now because when you're successful, people hate you because of your success. And look at Elon Musk. I mean, it was a big deal that he was on SNL. Like I couldn't understand what he had done other than be successful. I don't know. Maybe I don't follow enough Elon Musk.
Yes, you're preaching to the choir right now.
Yeah,
and I know
other than
again,
making electric cars and trying to go to the moon. I don't know. This guy's
seen probably every episode of Saturday Night Live. I didn't watch it live on Saturday night, and then I was on Sunday. Someone said something like he hosted, and I like turned it on this morning just in the background as I was cleaning. I'm like, why is he the host here?
Well, but there was like people saying that they told the cast that they didn't have to perform with him if they didn't want to, and I'm like, well, why would they say that?
What did he do?
I don't know. That's my
know.
question. I have no idea. I don't know. This whole world we're feelings. Well, he said something that hurt my feelings. He should be punished.
All right, so Mikey, you're getting on something here on the Hair and Spud Facebook comment thread that I was thinking about as well. He's got San Fran versus Jim Harbaugh. And I was thinking a lot about Colin Kaepernick as well. That because what you do is you're throwing in another set of eyes in here. It's the Kaepernick side of it. Okay.
That one would be really polarizing.
And then the Easter eggs just brought up one that I think you'll like also. Mike Tyson and Don King, the divorce. Yeah. The divorce between those two that's legit.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. I'm just trying to think, is there any other players out there? Basketball, they are just divas. So LeBron's there. Anything where KD's at, those ones have all been mentioned.
LeBron's going to be the biggest one.
Yeah.
I think the LeBron one has to be done, too.
The LeBron one has to be done.
Yes.
And you have to do it through the eyes of the Cleveland franchise. But does the franchise of Cleveland really have a story to tell outside of, we're just going to wait and see what he does? I mean, they could have recruited him more. They could have given him they could have.
Well, you're going to have it through
more.
his eyes, okay? So
yes.
His eyes is going to say, they didn't give me enough people to play with, okay? In their eyes, they're going to say, well, we've been trying to get this, and this, and people didn't want to come here because maybe they didn't want to come to Cleveland.
And then you've got...
some people don't... At the time, maybe people didn't want to play with him.
Yeah, but then you've also got the Miami Heat version involved in it.
Right.
Where Pat Riley comes in and says, where they all play together or whatever else, when they get the idea when they're playing. I mean, you get to go back to...
the first of the super teams was technically Boston, right?
Yeah, well, that's basically 2008. Yeah, they consider that.
That was
it.
The big three. I mean,
Yep.
that was kind of the start of it. I mean, I get it that, Kobe and Shaq was a big deal, but you got to remember this. Kobe was a rookie when Shaq went there. I mean, Shaq was the man. Kobe was I'm almost positive he was a rookie when he went there. Might have been his first 2 years, but I don't know. I'll say he was real close to being a rookie.
Yeah.
Either way, it wasn't like Kobe was, quote-unquote, established like Garnett, Ray Allen, and Paul Pierce were, okay, at the time. Pippen was drafted, bringing in Rodman at the time. I mean, you could say that Bulls team, but at that time, though, when you're bringing in Rodman, he was a wild card.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Rodman was, you got Dennis Rodman, you're going to be the best ever.
I didn't think that at all.
Yeah.
It was just like, well, let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
This could go well or this could go really, really bad.
How are they going to deal with Rodman? I mean, that was a thing. Yeah, so I still think it's the Celtics was the first super team. I mean, yes, you can go back to the previous Celtics, but it was Bird. And I'm sorry, McHale was great, but he wasn't on the level of what these other guys were. Parrish was good. There was a lot of great players on the team. They were just all really damn good, and then you had Larry. Same thing with the Lakers. Kareem was at the end of his career. Magic was the man. You had good guys. You had Michael Cooper. You had Worthy.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Worthy was the next best level. It was probably Magic, Worthy, and then Kareem. But Worthy wasn't. Worthy was like Pippen, but no. All right, how about this? Worthy was a little less than a Pippen, but it wasn't like Worthy was the man to be all man.
Yeah.
The Sixers back in the day, you had Dr. J, you had Mo Cheeks, you had Moses Malone. But at the time, Dr. J was towards the end of his career, Moses Malone was a stud. But yeah, super teams where guys were not drafted was the Celtics.
I do. I mean, we understand about the Cavaliers, and I do remember, and he's on the Heritage Pub Facebook commenter, said Dan Gilbert took out a huge ad when LeBron left. He killed him for how he handled it. I understand that. That's like, but we want the story, how it adds up to, not just after the fact. We want the story of like, how
Leading
do you get to that? Because that's how the affair starts. It's like, how does he get to the affair? It's
At the time, I mean, let's just go. I'm gonna play from the eyes of Dan Gilbert. So you got it leading up. That's my girl, right? Per se.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's my girl. All right, baby. All right, I know I haven't been getting you rings and stuff, but I'm going to get you a ring this time. I promise. All right, I'm going to get you a ring. I'm going to get you this. And all of a sudden she goes off to Miami with the guy that trains horses.
Baffert?
Yeah, Baffert.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm mad. Now I'm a jilted lover. Yeah, I'm going to put up a sign.
Well, 100%. Yeah, that's what happens in a divorce. So that's where it gets to go. Yeah, I understand where it goes on this, but that's not until like episode 5.
Or if you're a lady, he's a hoe. Yeah. I don't want to, hose is hose.
I like that Easer A's is mapping out the seasons for us. He's got Jeff Kent and Barry Bonds. They fought in the dugout. That's season 11.
Was really fun.
He's got like season 8, George Brett and that umpire. that's I don't know if you can do a 10 episode series over the Pine Tar incident. But yeah, I honestly, I think right now my top 3 is Fire of Green Bay, it's Jimmy in Dallas, and it's Tiger Woods.
So we got the Big D in Big D.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm just titling them up. And then what was the other one?
Favre in Green Bay.
We call it when Brett.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Oh, Brett.
Gotcha.
And you spell out Brett with a D. BREDTT. Oh,
and then
Brett.
the Tiger Woods.
We call that one the Flying Club.
The Flying Club. Like I said,
what was the other one we had?
Well, you wrote them down, right?
All right. Oh, do you want to do Brady Belichick?
Yeah. But is there a Major League Baseball one? Because we do it. So
LeBron.
LeBron's in. That one's called The Decision, but I don't know if you want to call it that, but that's what it's known as. If you say like, The Decision, everyone else. If it's got like a title or whatever else, it usually is a bigger deal. So
I think The Decision. The Decision.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then the Brady Belichick, we call that one the Killer Bees.
Killer Bees. Why do you have that? Bob, Brady, and Belichick. Yeah. So finally, and then the other one is your Major League Baseball. Billy Martin. Billy and George, man. I mean, that's about it. Billy and George is George and Billy. I don't know how more you want to call it that. I don't know.
We call it Tastes Great or Less Filling.
There you go. Yeah, and you start. Yeah, and that's how you start episode 1. By the way, you show them filming the commercial together. And then it just from there it unravels, and you go, and then it goes like 8 years earlier or whatever else. Dude, this stuff's writing itself.
Brett, the first episode of Brett starts out like I'm visioning this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We just find the biggest, chubbiest, blonde-haired girl from Wisconsin we can,
mm-hmm.
and she's just going, "Oh, Brett, oh, Brett."
Well, some like him, some don't, or whatever else.
I am just saying, "Oh, Brett."
Brad on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread says, T-Roy and the beer companies, but they were never in marriage together. Never, ever.
What do you mean? I love the beer
and
companies.
Mikey's that brings it up again. Dale Jr. and the DEI. That's Teresa. So basically, that's it. She has control of...
Dale and Di?
I guess. Dale Jr., I would assume, if I'm correct here, I think Teresa was Dale Earnhardt's wife, and she had control of Dale Earnhardt Industries, DEI, and Dale Jr. didn't want to be part of that or have control. So that's interesting.
Dale Jr., not
Dale
Dave.
Jr., yeah, Dale Jr.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
I remember this now.
I can get behind
thought we were
that.
talking about regular Dale.
I thought I was too, but I can get behind that one. I like to see what's going on there because
love NASCAR.
Yeah, it's a very highly spectator sport. So, no, I like this story. I like where this is at. All right, we got to take our first break in the second hour here. Don't Hassle Us Local here at ESPN 1170 AM.
Alrighty then, Bird. Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in Iowa, and it's been right here in Davenport since 1992, serving you great beers like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and the Cherry Bomb Blonde. Hey, Jay, have you tried that new sour?
Is that
Lucy Juicy?
Yes, when I was down there. Fantastic.
So good. Have it on tap out at Oscar's Pub if you
Yeah.
want to try it yourself. Remember, all of their food and drink specials are on Facebook or the webpage, www.frontstreetbrew.com. So please try them out today. The restaurant is at 208 East River Drive, and the tap room is in the Freight House Complex.
Beautiful weather out. Go down to the tap room and grab a beer before the Riverband's game here tonight. First pitch is roughly around 7 tonight. I should know better than this. But yeah, first pitch for the Riverband at Modern World Park comes on, starts tonight.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah! You like that? You like that?
Hey, this is Goose, PA announcer for the Quad City Storm, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're
Baseball
Local.
is back, and you can catch every swing of the bat, every double play, and every strikeout at Circle Tap in Davenport. Watch every game on one of their 17 flat-screen TVs, or enjoy their beautiful outdoor patio. Get $1 Bud Family Drafts during every Chicago baseball game and take advantage of their daily food and drink specials. Plus, enter to win your favorite Chicago baseball team swag bag. It's valued at over $200. Enjoy great food, great drinks, and great friends all baseball season long at the Circle Tap, West Locust Street, Davenport.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to GetLocalCustomersNow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit GetLocalCustomersNow.com. That's GetLocalCustomersNow.com.
Fun, saving money. Not fun, utility bills. Fun, generating your own clean, renewable energy. Not fun, flushing dollar bills down a toilet. Fun, calling Square One Solar for a no pressure, free in-home estimate and getting a free solar phone charger. Not fun, paying your electric bill for the rest of your life. Let Square One Solar show you the benefits of solar. Over a decade of solar experience. Financing available, and for a limited time, buy one solar panel, get one free. Get your free solar analysis today. Square One Solar. Make the solar switch.
PointsBet understands that in sports, it pays to be fast. Download the PointsBet app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Whether you're a bettor or a baller, a sharp or a sharpshooter, if you're making money or just playing money, sports is speed. Luckily, your sports book can keep up. When you bet with PointsBet, you get faster bets, faster withdrawals, and faster rewards at your fingertips. Plus, right now, PointsBet is giving customers the best odds on all pro sports. That's better odds and bigger payouts on our lightning fast app because PointsBet knows every second matters. Time is money, and it pays to be fast. PointsBet has the best odds on all pro sports, so download the app now and use code Iowa2K to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. See for yourself why bettors are calling PointsBet innovative, lightning quick, and the reason they have ditched the other books. Download the app now to experience Iowa's premium sports book for yourself. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
All right, is that a Q2 or Q3 expense?
Dwayne's CPA went MIA. To keep his books and his sanity, he needs to find a replacement ASAP.
Hey, Johnny, have you ever heard of a fungible good?
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Ari Wolf with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. It's Tebow time again, this time in Jacksonville, where he'll be reunited with his University of Florida head coach, Urban Meyer. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero reported Monday that the Jaguars plan to sign Tebow to a one-year contract. The deal is expected to be official in the next week or so. Tebow recently worked out as a tight end with the Jaguars. The Colts are signing former number 1 overall pick left tackle Eric Fisher to a one-year contract worth $9.4 million. He'll be tasked with protecting Carson Wentz's blind side in the wake of Anthony Costanzo's retirement. Pelissero reporting Monday that ex-Seattle linebacker Shaquem Griffin is attracting attention from multiple teams. A fifth-round pick in 2018, the linebacker appeared in 46 games in Seattle. He'll likely be a full-time pass rusher after playing off the ball in Seattle. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Napa know-how.
Why get a 5-quart jug of Mobile One full synthetic motor oil for $27.99? Great question. Do you like getting $10 prepaid gift cards? Do you enjoy your car working? Do you love being called a genius? Who doesn't? Pick up Mobile One for $27.99 and get a $10 gift card. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
General States pricing. Sales prices not include applicable state and local taxes or recycling fees. Offer ends 5/31/21.
So, how can I promote my new curbside pickup service?
It's possible with Staples Connect.
I need custom floor decals that'll get noticed, not just walked on.
Also possible, Staples Connect can help your business grow with custom printed sales and marketing materials. And now get 15% off signs, posters, and decals when you spend $75 or more. Explore what's new at your local Staples store or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 5/29. Visit staples.com/signage for details.
From the Vegas Gaming Cafe, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KBOB Davenport, a Town Square media station.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning back in to Don't Hassle Your Local.
Well, this is interesting.
Okay.
Brad says on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment that, and again, thanks for everyone for tuning back in. We've been wasting way too much time talking about a proposed docu-series that we're going to pitch to friends in
high places.
Yeah, in Los Angeles, producers, whatnot, big bigs. But Brad says that Vice is doing a series called Dark Side of Football, kind of a spin-off of Dark Side of the Ring. The Dark Side of the Ring has been pretty good. They kind of do the same thing where they have actors work the part of everything. And by Dark Side of the Ring, I mean there's some crazy stuff. Like the murder of Bruiser Brody, who just got stabbed to death in a gym shower in like Puerto Rico, and no one ever found out who did it. I mean, they know, but they think they know, but no one ever got charged with it. Just weird stuff like that, or the Brian Pillman one, or even the Owen Hart. There's some really, really dark things there. User A went on to say for college sports, when Texas A&M broke up with Texas and joined the SEC, possibly, Bill Romanowski? Is it going to be on the Vice series, is what Brad's saying? The Dark Side of the Ring?
Well, he was big time into roids.
Roids, yeah. So, I do like the NASCAR one, though. The Dale Earnhardt Jr. versus Teresa Earnhardt. Apparently, Either A's is saying that she, where is this at here? That she owns everything associated with Senior and doesn't share it with the kids, or at least at first she didn't. Won't let Junior use the number fonts from the Budweiser car on anything. And Teresa Earnhardt sued Carrie Earnhardt because he had a furniture collection called the Earnhardt Collection. Jesus. Take it easy, Teresa. Relax.
She's a real Karen.
I know. Hold on there. All right. We talked yesterday just a little bit about what's going on in Major League Baseball. There were just only 5 games yesterday. The Reds beat up on the Pirates 14-1. Orioles beat the Red Sox at home 4-1. Diamondbacks were at home. They beat the Marlins 5-2. Angels go on the road and beat the Astros 5-4, and the Giants 3-1 victory over the Texas Rangers. Standing so far, nothing really has changed. Red Sox still lead in the AL East by 3 games over the Yankees. The White Sox have a 1-game lead over the Cleveland Indians in the Central. Oakland has a 2.5 game over Houston. In the National League East, the Mets have a 1-game lead and a 1.5 game lead 1-game lead over Philadelphia, 1.5 over Atlanta. And then in Central, St. Louis at 21-14 have a 2-game lead over Milwaukee. The Cubs are just 3.5 back, and San Francisco Giants have a 2-game lead over the Padres and a 3-game lead over the Dodgers in the National League West. Jared Kelenic is supposedly going to be called up by the Seattle Mariners on Thursday. He's their top prospect, probably like number 2 or 3 right now in minor leagues. Wander Franco is considered the number 1 prospect in the minor leagues right now. So he'll be about 21 years old when he comes up. So good for Jarek. We'll keep an eye on him. Games going on today and tonight. Texas and San Francisco have a game at 2:45. The Cubs in Cleveland play tonight. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Philadelphia at the Washington Nationals. Oakland and Boston. The Royals and Detroit tonight. Baltimore's at the Mets. The Yankees and the Rays will battle it out. Toronto and Atlanta play in the interleague. St. Louis and Milwaukee. It'll be in Milwaukee tonight. Minnesota and the White Sox. Kenta Maeda on the mound for them. Dylan Cease. You know what? When we made that switch to ESPN 1170 from covering Cubs games to White Sox?
Yeah.
There was like all this talk of like, oh, we're going to have tickets to give away.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any.
Oh.
I'd like to go to Chicago to watch the Twins.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know I just said give away, but... Oh.
Give away to yourself?
Yeah, look who won. Like, oh, weird. No one collect. Huh, they didn't show up for these tickets. That's weird. How come Joey Cupcake didn't show up for these? There's a Joey Cupcake here. There is now. All my aliases that I've ever run the Bix. Tom Gatortoes, you're the big winner. White Sox and Twins.
You're giving away your tricks, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do it. People listen.
Yeah. First one to email me, hit me up. Look, here it is.
Oh, look at T-Ray one.
Yeah. Gary Jennings.
Not an employee.
You're not technically not an employee. The Angels. Oh, Tani's on the mound tonight. Against the Astros, those dirty Astros. Padres in Colorado
So
tonight.
he'll just bat while he pitches then, huh?
No, they're in American League. Astros still they're in American League.
I know. He'll bat while he pitches.
Oh, no.
He did last time.
Did he? Why pitch? Oh, yeah, because he hit a home run that one. Yeah,
He struck
yeah.
the guy out. Yeah.
Huh. I wonder.
That's a good
idea. Yeah. Interesting, yeah. So those are the games going on today. Want to remind in Seattle at the Dodgers tonight. Remind everyone also that if you have any of those games that you like to see there, go ahead and take a look at our friends from Elite Sportsbook. They've got the lines for you and everything else. We're going to talk to Jake tomorrow from Elite Sportsbook, and I do need to send a text out to someone else. But other things that are going on. All right, power rankings. Major League Baseball power rankings.
All right.
I don't really...
Did you do your own? Are we going off theirs?
Here's what I think. And here's where I'm at for my power rankings. I'm going to pull them up for you here.
All right.
Just get my trust.
We're going to do what? 1 through what?
Just do 1 through 10.
All right.
And mine kind of have a lot to do with what you said, run differential, and how you're doing in your last 10 games.
All right. Well, what do you got? You tell me yours. And then
just give me a second. For some reason, every time it's all fine and everything else, and then my pages isn't coming up or whatever else. When I say pages, I'm lying to everybody out there. It's really just ESPN.com, and I'm looking at it. But they don't have to know that completely, even though I'm fully transparent about how this all works. All right. I really don't want to put Boston at the top of my standings, to be honest.
Well, then don't. Make your own. It's controversial. Baseball is the one sport where you can get away with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go... Oh, boy. You guys are going to kill me about this. It's going to go the St. Louis Cardinals at 1.
All right.
They're 8-2 in their last 10 games. They've got a 3-game winning streak right now. 12-8 at home, 9-6 on the road. They got a plus 23 run differential, and they've got 600%. They got 600 winning percentage right now, 21-14.
All right.
I'm only doing this to skip over the pond, but I'll be skip over to the other league, and then I'll come back though. Then I'll go Boston Red Sox, 22-14 to actually have a better winning percentage at 611. Boston, yeah, plus 33 run differential. It's a different team. They just put the ball in play. It's not we're a bunch of what they were called when they was like Johnny Damon and Ortiz, like we're just a bunch of jerks or something. I don't know. I forget what they call themselves. Boston can go at number 2. Then I'm going to give it to actually the surprise team in the West, the San Francisco Giants. at number 3. 5-5 in their last 10 games. They got a plus 29 run differential. They're 21-14. They have the same record as St. Louis Cardinals. The only difference is they're a little bit better at home. They're 8-10 on the road, so they don't have a winning percentage on the road. So I'll give them at 3. Then we're going to go right up to where I was just talking about not too long ago. The Chicago White Sox at 19-13. They are 7-3 in their last 10 games, and they are currently on a 3-game winning streak, and they have a plus 53 run differential, which leads Major League Baseball. The White Sox are legit, folks. They said 2020 is going to be a year, but then COVID came, so it looks like it's 2021. Now we're going to go to, what do I like next? Because now I got to get my 5th, right?
Mm-hmm.
My number 5. And I still am not going to, the East is so up there all over the place. I will go at number 5, the San Diego Padres. 6-4 their last 10 games. Plus 19 run differential. They have a 19-16 record right now. I'm only hurting, I'll come back to this team, but I'm hurting them for a reason, but I will come back. Then I'll go to the Oakland Athletics at 6 for my power rankings. Although they have a minus 10 run differential, they are leading that division right now with a 21-15, but they are barely holding on. Barely. And if some reason Astros or the Mariners can make up that 2.5, Oakland will plummet out of the top 10. But they are leading it right now. Okay. My next one, finally, leading the National League East, the New York Mets. 7-3 in their last 10. They've won 5 straight. They deserve respect. I think I did have them making the playoffs this year, but they are 7-9 on the road. 9-4 at home, but 7-9 on the road.
Run differential?
Run differential is -3. Actually, there's only one team that has a plus run differential in the National League East, and that is the Miami Marlins, and they're currently in 4th place in that division.
All right. At 8.
Give me the Milwaukee Brewers.
All right.
19-16, a -6 run differential, but they're holding tight. They're 2 games back of the Cardinals, so we'll see what happens. I just think with Christian Yelich being beat up, I think they're in some trouble.
All right. And at number 9.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
All right.
The Los Angeles Dodgers, 18-17, but the problem here is they've got a plus 32 run differential, which actually is the highest in their division, but they are 2-8 in their last 10 games. So like I told you yesterday, when they win big. They don't win the close games. That's a problem. And finally at 10, the New York Yankees. 18-16, a plus 13 run differential. They're 7-3 in their last 10 games. They got on a 2-game winning streak and only 3 games back of the Boston Red Sox. That's my top 10. Let's compare it to our friends at CBS Sports. I know we're on ESPN and everything else, but just to let you know that, we kind of look all over the place.
Yeah, we'd like to cross boundaries.
Sure. All right, at number 1, according to CBS Sports' Matt Snyder, their number 1 is the Boston Red Sox.
All right. You can see why.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Number 2,
Mm-hmm.
the Chicago White Sox.
And you can see why.
At number 3, the St. Louis Cardinals.
Ooh, look at you guys.
Number 4,
San Francisco.
Oakland Athletics.
Ooh. Then San Francisco.
Yep, number 5 is San Francisco Giants. You're right. Number 6, a team I did not put in my top 10, and he left a team that I put in. Nope, it is the Cleveland Indians. Number 7 for them, the New York Mets.
All right.
Number 8, the San Diego Padres. San Diego. Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to fly into San Diego.
Yeah, that's it's coming up this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna go have that burrito thing?
You're damn right I am.
There you go. Number 9, Tampa Bay Rays. Not in my top 10.
Who did they leave out? They left. This is 2. They left out. So they're either leaving out the Dodgers, the Yankees, or the Brewers.
It is the Brewers because at number 10, it's the New York Yankees.
All
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, the Dodgers. I know power rankings is week to week or whatever else, but the Dodgers. I mean, they'll right that ship, right? We can only think so. I mean, I'm fine if they go crash and burn. I'm fine with that, but it's who knows anything like that. But so there's my power rankings of Major League Baseball. It's going on. Woohoo is right.
Nice.
I know. So I mean, kind of interchangeable and see where it's going to go. What you like. I just wish I could put the Twins in the top 10, but there's just no way. There's something wrong here. I don't know what it is, but there's something wrong with this team, and they've scored 150 runs and they've allowed 152. It's just they can't win the close games. And if that's the way it's going to be, if that's the sign, then there's no way they're going to. Then I can just probably rip up my ticket that I bought at Elite Sportsbook for them to win the World Series.
Don't do it.
I know.
Don't do it, Baffert.
Don't do that. Baffert's not going to be at the Preakness this weekend. He doesn't want to be a distraction. His horse, Medina Spirit, will be running into Preakness unless they come up with their second.
He doesn't want to be a distraction.
He said he doesn't want to be a distraction.
The horse is the distraction, you arrogant prick.
He thinks he's the guy that.
God,
he thinks the guy that won the Derby.
That dude just reeks waspy douche, right?
Mm-hmm.
I married the wrong woman.
Yeah. So, again, we said at the top of the hour, congratulations, Russell Westbrook. He recorded his 182nd career triple-double on Monday night. He went 28, 13, and 21 in a loss to the Atlanta Hawks, but he passed Oscar Robertson for the most in NBA history. In Westbrook's first 482 career games, he had 10 triple-doubles because he was playing with Kevin Durant. When KD finally went down in about February 2015 with a foot injury, everything kind of changed. In the final 27 games that season, Westbrook nearly doubled his career total with 9 more triple-doubles. In his next 371 games, he recorded 127 more. It's insane. This season, he has had 36 triple-doubles in 62 games, while averaging career highs in assists and rebounds. He is a point guard that ranks 5th in the NBA in rebounds. And the Wizards are in the playoff hunt, which is crazy because not often do you think of that. I mean, neither one of us are going to sit here and brag and say, like, we know everything that goes on in the NBA, but I'm pretty sure we know that the Wizards aren't in the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
So good for him for what he's been able to do. He's got 36 so far. His highest that he's ever had in a single season was the 2016-17 season when he had 42. So, Warriors guard Andy Phillip recorded the first triple-double in 1950, but it wouldn't get that name until 30 years later. A young Magic Johnson began routinely collecting them. Lakers PR director Bruce Jolish. I'm sorry, that's not true. 76ers publicist Harvey Pollack coined the term, and Lakers PR director Bruce Jolish popularized it. I wish I would come up with a term. Do I have a term that people say?
Maskell.
Maskell, this is going to happen, yeah. So, congratulations to him. Playoffs, I'm excited for when it's going to happen. The NHL playoff field is set. All 16 teams have clinched it, but the seeds are still to be determined. But the field is set. The first 2 rounds will feature interdivisional play, 1 seed versus 4 seed, 2 versus 3, with 1 team per division advancing the semis, because they're kind of doing a bubble. Right now, the teams that have made it in the Central are the Hurricanes, the Panthers, the Lightnings, and the Predators. In the East, the Penguins, the Capitals, the Bruins, the Islanders. The North, the Maple Leafs, Oilers, Jets, Canadians. And in the West, the Golden Knights, Avalanche, Wild, and Blues. Wow.
Who's the odds-on favorite to win?
Let's go find our friends from Elite Sportsbook.
There you go. Look at us.
NHL, Futures,
utilizing those sponsors.
Stanley Cup. The Colorado Avalanche and the Golden Knights both have the best records to win the NHL Stanley Cup. Then the Tampa Bay Lightning, Toronto Maple Leafs.
Weren't we big Avalanche fans one year?
I thought we were Knight. I think so. We were Knights fans, right. Yeah. The inaugural year or something, yeah. I can't get behind Tampa Bay Lightning. Even though I love Rothy from the Storm, I can't get behind. I'm not big on anything Tampa Bay, to be honest with you. I like Tampa Bay.
What about the Buccaneers?
No.
Why not?
I mean, I picked them to win the Super Bowl, but I don't want to be a Buccaneer fan.
Why not?
I don't know, because I just feel like they're fans in anything in Tampa Bay. They don't really care for sports. They just
maybe
I like the area.
Maybe that's just how you feel, and that's not the truth.
Maybe I need to spend more time down there and get to know them.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. When I'm researching my Tom Brady portion of it, when I'm writing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers side of it, I'll let you know. I'll let you know how it goes.
What, I can't go with you?
Sure, yeah. We'll talk a lot. We'll have long conversations. Be like, remember when we used to just sit in this room and talk sports?
Yeah.
Now we're writing docu-series for divorce sports.
Yeah.
Or sports divorce, whatever. Toronto Maple Leafs had the next best option of their Carolina Hurricanes, Boston Bruins. If you want to make a future bet, make sure you head out to Elite Sportsbook or just go to EliteSportsbook.com. Same thing, you can do it on the app on your phone. All right. Tonight, though, River Bandits. It's happening. We're going to have baseball down on the river. We've got a new deal with the Kansas City Royals. And I want to make sure I'm right about this. We've got two guys that got drafted pretty high for the Royals that will be playing for us. I think one is a pitcher that went number 4 overall.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure I got this right, though. Because I probably... I saw an old paper that I was looking at.
Old Spanish galleon?
No, it was like... no, I was cleaning up and I was like, oh my goodness, like, look at this paper. I haven't done the crossword in this. I'll throw it in there. And then, and they had the people on there because that's really what you want to know. You want to see like, oh, that person was drafted here. They'll be going there.
Number 4 to the Royals.
Yeah.
In this year's draft?
No, I think it was 2019. I apologize to everyone out there. Like that's.
Jay.
I mean, I should have had that fired up ahead of time. I should just know it off the top of my head who we're looking for when we go down there. But
what'd you do with that paper? You throw it away when you're done with the crossword?
Yeah.
You don't save the crossword, so you cross-reference?
I don't save it now. Oh, jeez. All right.
Are you good at crosswords?
I am pretty good at crosswords.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Do you have the crossword from Day on you still?
It's in my other bag. Because I kept it for the sports section of it.
Well, give me. Do you remember one of the questions?
Yeah, it was like
4 down or something.
No, I'll give you the long one. It was
okay.
So it was 11 across, and it was like a music category.
Okay.
Grammy music category, and the other one. So crosswords kind of go like.
So what was the clue?
Music category. Music award category, Grammy category, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And then
11.
And you had
11
letters.
It's pretty simple.
11 letters, music award category.
Yeah.
Grammy.
And then the other one,
like
so a lot
best
of
artist.
No, the other one was like, because a lot of times crosswords, like the longer ones, they kind of have something similar, right? And this one, the one on the bottom that was 11 words was like to go off on not a tangent, but to go off on a spiel. So I'll tell you, like the one on the bottom that was the same amount of letters, that was 11, was rant and rave. So the music category is
rock and roll.
Rock and roll, very good, yeah. And then they, and then from there. You see the letters and you just build from there. But yeah, but crosswords get harder as the week goes on.
Was it rock and roll or rock in?
Rock and rolls, 11 letters, yeah.
Like rant and rave.
Yeah, rant and rave, yeah. But they get harder. So if by Friday, if I'm in the sauna doing the crossword and I do a good job, I feel pretty smart.
Oh, because they're harder on Fridays?
Yeah. Then by Sunday, it's forget it, I'm out.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then start Monday, it's easy again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Look at you.
I think I made it. I think I had when finally my time was up in the sun, I had 2 or 3 words left. And sometimes it's like painters that I don't know. So I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. Yeah. I don't know. And like you said, I could always take a book in there, but I don't want to, because I'll just quit. So I don't want to do that. But no, I'm excited about tonight. I'm excited. Tonight's not my night to go down there, though. The kid's got a baseball game. He had a baseball game last night as well. He went...
How's he doing?
He went 0 for 2 with the walk last night.
Yeah.
He hit into a fielder's choice and he struck out. Trying to think if he did anything else. Anything fun.
What's he playing?
He played shortstop and outfield. So it's all right. I mean, yeah. And so I'm not gonna make it tonight because by the time we're done there, it'll be like 8:30, and so we're just gonna find something else to do afterwards. But and we have league on Wednesday, so I probably won't get down to Modern Woodman Park till maybe Thursday night, maybe if I'm lucky to go down there and see a game. But I'm definitely going down there because I got to get a beer and a dog and watch some baseball. Be out there, and
Can't wait. I'm gonna have a carne asada burrito going down my throat.
And then I'm gonna keep track how many times over under people say like, "Is T-Roy here?" I'm like, "I'm here. I'm here right now, currently."
Where at the Woodman Park?
Yeah. Hey, aren't you the guys who is T-Roy here? Like, I'm currently here. So get me all fired up.
That's terrible. You people, you say hi to Jay. Don't worry where I'm at.
That's right. That's right. Tomorrow, and we're not finishing the show yet, but we are going to take a break. Tomorrow, we're going to have Mike on to do our DFS, and we also have to talk to Jake from Elite Sportsbook. But I do want to remind you all about Hidden Hills Golf Course. Beautiful day out today. Time to go out and hit the links. I know they do have openings today. Go ahead and give them a call about a tee time, but it's also Tuesday night, and that's when they have their Spark Golf League, and they have their own two-man league out there at Hidden Hills. They're coming up with a tournament at Memorial Day. You can get more information just by calling out there at 563-332-5616 out at Hidden Hills, or go to their website at hiddenhills-golf.com. Hidden Hills is located at 4335 Indiana Avenue in Bettendorf, just north of the TBK complex there. Tomorrow, Mike's going to help us do our DFS. We did not do a good job last week at all. And
well, it's because that stupid Webb Simpson dropped out.
I know. We really got to get after it. We got to get better at it, is what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, by the time I found out, they had already teed off. So it wasn't like I could text you and be like, hey, get in there.
Yeah, I know.
That's what sucks.
It does. But we got to, we got to win eventually. I mean, because when we do, we're having a party. I mean, we're just getting after it, right?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, once we finally win something there. But call out there to Hidden Hills at 332-5616. Ask for Big Mike. And like I said, there's a golf tournament coming up in May. And we've got our golf tournament that's going to be out there June 19th. You can sign up at Pints. There it's $300. Golf, shotgun start. Be all types of goodies, food afterwards, party. It's a good time, and we're happy that we get to have it because obviously we didn't get to have it last year at all.
Yeah.
So that'll be it. But again, Hidden Hills, that's our home golf course. We'll be right back. Don't hassle us local here on ESPN 1170 AM.
We're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
This is Tom Kakert from HawkeyeReport.com, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
The first ever GM Ford Mopar Nationals is coming to Cordova International Raceway Saturday the 22nd. See the Ozark Mountains Super Shifters and the Nostalgia Pro Stocks at the same time for the first time ever. Enjoy long, smoky burnouts, gear jamming, and wheelies galore. Midwest top sportsmen and Victory Nostalgia Super Stocks battle it out to see who's the best brand on the ground. Plus box class and no box bracket races. Saturday, May 22nd. Gates open at 8. Track is hot at 10. For more info, visit Cordova International Raceway at racecir.com.
Clay's Cleaning Service has a spotless reputation.
Will you take care of the windows? Hello, this is Clay.
But his business operations could use a light dusting.
Boy, I had you scheduled for next week. I'll just check here. No, absolutely. We will be there tomorrow.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
Jerry really screwed this up. He screwed this up. Impulsive billionaires with a penchant for star power. Zeke Elliott and Cabo was the undoing. 2 years ago, Zeke Elliott held out. He withheld his services. And you know how that worked out? He now has a contract that is an albatross, and it is one of the reasons that they were not able to get this deal with Dak Prescott done until a time when Dak had more leverage than any player has ever had in NFL history. And Jerry got that completely wrong because he becomes enamored with star power. And so that's the way it goes. Now look, do the Cowboys lose their ability to compete because of this? No, of course not. They got the number down this year. Jerry thinks they're a championship team. He may be the only one who thinks that, but he does.
Greeny, 9 till 11 on
on ESPN 1170.
If you own a small business, you know how hard it can be to find new customers. Now, Town Square has new tools that can help your business stand out and grow today. Go to getlocalcustomersnow.com for a free local market competitive analysis that will show you what other businesses in town are doing to find new customers and how you can do it too with Town Square. Plus, be one of the first business owners to sign up with Town Square and receive $500 in free advertising on this radio station. Start growing your business today. Visit getlocalcustomersnow.com. Getlocalcustomersnow.com.
This is Greeny with Mike Greenberg.
What I am about to tell you is my opinion. It is not a statement of fact. I believe that the 49ers changed their minds on the decision between Mac Jones and Trey Lance somewhere deep into the process. I don't think this was all one big smokescreen. I don't think they got any benefit from doing it. I think they legitimately changed their minds. And as a consequence, they take Trey Lance instead of Mac Jones. I don't know this for certain, but if I had to bet money that mattered to me, I would bet that if Trey Lance had been available at 4, the Falcons would have taken him. That's what I think. I don't know it, but that's what I think. And that would have changed everything. Obviously, the draft falls the way the draft falls because quarterbacks went 1, 2, and 3, but not 4. I think Lance, when all was said and done, was the guy everybody wanted.
Greeny, weekdays 9 till 11 on ESPN 1170.
Renewal by Anderson.
I'm Sam Hare with Renewal by Anderson. May's a great time to consider home improvements like replacing your windows. This past winter, you probably noticed your windows were drafty and inefficient. That's causing discomfort and higher energy bills for your home. It's time to do something about it. Our Fibrex composite window is the right choice to make a difference in your home. Twice as strong as vinyl, easy to operate, and easy to maintain. Renewal by Anderson is the 2021 Energy Star Partner of the Year. Take advantage of our special offer in May. Buy 2 windows and get one 60% off. And with our easy payment options, there's no money down, no interest, and no payments for a full 24 months. That's 2 years. Visit us at renewalbyanderson.com or at our showroom in Davenport.
Renewal by Anderson. We love our new windows.
Spreading the news. More from the Iowa Almanac in a moment. Biodiesel production adds value to soybean oil, supporting 13% of the per bushel market price of soybeans. It results in lower soybean meal prices for livestock farmers too. Find out more at iasoybeans.com. That's iasoybeans.com. This message brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soybean Checkoff. John King came to Dubuque from Ohio in 1834, and while he was not a printer himself, he saw there was a need for a publication to inform the increasing number of people settling in the area. He returned to his home state the next year and hired an experienced printer named William Carey Jones to come back to Dubuque with him at the wage of $350 per year plus board and lodging to run King's printing office. Not long after, on May 11, 1836, the first edition of the Dubuque Visitor was published, stating its location as Dubuque Lead Mines, Wisconsin Territory. At that time, the Dubuque area was still part of Michigan Territory, but a bill was pending in Congress to establish a Wisconsin Territory. Its motto was "Truth, our guide, the public good, our aim." That first issue was made up of 4 pages and soon was a regular weekly publication. In 1919, the National Historical Society, meeting in Cincinnati, officially declared that the Dubuque Visitor was the first newspaper published west of the Mississippi River, and its first issue was published on this date in 1836. And that's Iowa Almanac for May 11th. There's more online at iowaalmanac.com. I'm Jeff Stein.
Clay's Cleaning Service has a spotless reputation.
Will you take care of the windows? Hello, this is Clay.
But his business operations could use a light dusting.
Boy, I had you scheduled for next week. I'll just check here. No, absolutely. We will be there tomorrow.
Indeed can help him hire the people he needs.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
There is no off season. The latest NFL news is always on your sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the show. We're going to be closing out here soon. About 10 minutes left.
Thanks to Mikey on the Heritage Pub Facebook comment thread. Send us a tweet. This is from Matt Jones at KY Sports Radio, Kentucky Sports Radio. Bob Baffert released a statement basically saying, well, if I did it, I didn't mean to. Here's a statement. On May 8th, 2021, I was informed by the Kentucky Horse Racing Commission that Medina Spirit allegedly tested positive for 21 picograms of beta methasone. On May 9th, 2021, I held a press conference in which I stated that I intended to thoroughly investigate how this could have happened and that I would be completely transparent throughout the process. I immediately began that investigation, which has resulted in me learning of a possible source for the beta methasone. And now, as promised, I want to be forthright about what I have learned. Go on, Bob. Okay, I will.
A picogram?
Following the Santa Anita Derby, Medina Spirit developed dermatitis on his hind end. I had him checked out by my veterinarian, who recommended the use of antifungal ointment called Automax.
Wait a minute. It's a topical solution?
Mm-hmm.
You can't write this.
The veterinarian recommendation was to apply this ointment daily to give the horse relief, help heal the dermatitis, and prevent it from spreading. My barn followed this recommendation, and Medina Spirit was treated with Automax once a day up until the day before the Kentucky Derby. Yesterday, I was informed that one of the substances in Automax is beta-methasone. While we do not know definitively that this was the source of the alleged 21 picograms found in Medina Spirit's post-race blood sample, and our investigation is continuing, I have been told by equine pharmacology experts that this could explain the test results. As such, I wanted to be forthright about this fact as soon as I learned of this information. Sure.
It's a topical solution.
We've heard all this stuff before.
Yeah, it's Barry Bonds.
Yeah, we've heard all this stuff before.
This is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
It's a topical. Did it slide into his butt crack too? Where was the rash on his crack or in his hind end? I mean, a horse has a huge ASS, right? So yeah. I mean, hence the term "quit being a horse's ass," right?
I like that there's actually like doctors and if you go to this tweet, like the doctors and veterinarians that are in on this writing back, like one person wrote, Dr. Shannon Johnson wrote, if it was in the ointment that was prescribed by the vet, I see no harm in this. Calling Baffert a cheater due to this is not right. Besides, as successful as he is, he knows he has to do things right. And then someone came back and wrote, pharmacist, the higher the stakes, the more knowledgeable the expert. Anyone who believes that the vet didn't know is in denial. They knew, just never thought they would get caught. Anyway, the thing is, the quote yesterday from at Pat 40 that says it's the same excuses. They just get regurgitated and they're just tired. And he delivered this 24 hours ahead of time saying it's going to happen. The excuses will happen, and they're tiresome, and it's ridiculous. It's funny that Pat 40 just came out and said this is going to happen. They're going to give you some BS, and that's it.
I saw a tweet and it had I knew something was wrong when Medina crossed the finish line and went like this.
yeah.
Barry Bonds pointing to the sky. Oh, I found an interesting question out there.
Okay, yeah.
Before we get off the air.
Yeah.
Pro Football Focus put this on Twitter, Bird.
Okay.
What team has the best wide receiving unit? And I'll give you the choices. 8 teams to choose from. The Cincinnati Bengals, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Minnesota Vikings, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, the Atlanta Falcons, or the Dallas Cowboys.
We didn't put the Cardinals on there at all?
Mm-mm. That's what they have down.
That's a big list. That's not... I mean, how many teams were on that list?
8.
That's too many. I'm missing one. I've got the Bucks, the Bills, Tampa Bay, Vikings, Steelers, Falcons, I didn't have the card. I'm missing 2. You have Cowboys and who else?
Bengals, Falcons, Dolphins, Bills.
There it is. There's the Bengals. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. The Bills just added some weapons they can stretch out there. They're in the hunt. Vikings have Thielen and Jefferson. Steelers, they re-sign their guy?
Yeah, but, I mean, I don't know. Okay. Juju and...
Because now they have the tight end Falcons. We don't know anything about it. Cowboys, Bengals. Not the Bengals. Not the Bengals. Not the Buccaneers. Do you have the Washington football team? No.
No, they're not on there. I misspoke. I think the Buccaneers are up there. I would say not the Steelers.
I don't think the Steelers.
And I don't think the Buffalo Bills either.
I think the Bills do.
Who did they add?
They added a guy late in the round that can fly. Now stretch the field out. Where was he from? I forget who they had. They added a wide receiver though that can stretch the field out.
All right.
Well, you can't argue with Jefferson. I mean, Falcons have an argument now with Pitts, and then you ever seen Cowboys are legit too. Are the Bengals legit?
Well, Chase makes them pretty legit. The Vikings were already legit. Plus, they added. Oh, I don't know. I would say this: the Dolphins added. Who did the Dolphins? The Dolphins added.
The Dolphins was one.
Waddle.
And they've got. They've got. Well, you and Merrick like their tight end, and then they've got Jarvis Landry, right? Falcons are there, Bills are there, Vikings are there, Dolphins are there.
Cowboys are there.
There's 5. Falcons, Vikings, Bills, Dolphins, Cowboys. Where do we go from there? Who's leading the is it a poll?
Would have to. I think Dallas.
It's too many. It's way too many.
I think it goes Dallas. Crazy. I think it goes Dallas, Atlanta.
Too many bots out there for Dallas.
No, I think it goes Dallas, Atlanta. I think Buccaneers, then Vikings, then the Dolphins, then the Bills, then the Bengals, then the Steelers. That's my thought.
Okay. Do you have results, or they just put that out there? Was it a poll?
I don't think they had a poll. They just kind of said it. So they said which one has the best. They didn't say rank them. There's people. Most of them are people pissed off that they didn't put. And then there's people that answered it. Here's a guy saying it's the Bucks and the Cowboys are a close second. Here's somebody: Cowboys, Falcons, Cowboys, Bucks, or Bengals. So he listed the Cowboys twice. Here's another one: Dallas Bucks. Somebody saying no love. Here's Atlanta. There's Vikings. Another Bucks. Another Bucks. Here's the list: Bucks, Cowboys, Bills, Bengals, Vikings, Falcons, Dolphins, Gap, Steelers. So, as a Steelers fan, this guy is saying Falcons, Cowboys, Steelers. But he said Cowboys, Falcons are close. I think it's Dallas Falcons, and I can see the argument the other way. I just think lately Julio's been too hurt, but whatever. I mean, it's fine. People bitching Seahawks aren't in the argument.
Oh, come on. DK,
Bucks,
he ran what did he run there? 10.39 or whatever? 10.37. If you want to have some fun on Twitter, go to that tweet.
A lot of Bucks, Jay. A lot of people are going Bucks. I mean, I'm with you. Here's a guy saying Bucks, Bills, Falcons, Vikings, Cowboys. Okay. Here's another Cowboys, Vikings, Tampa. It's all a lot of fan.
All right. Well, that's going to do it. If you have free time tonight, get down to the Quad City River Bandits. Take the family down there. Catch a game. It's important. We have a brand new contract with the Kansas City Royals, and it's going to be a new type of team, a new look, new management, new general manager, new manager of the team, and we got to support them because it's very, very important to our area. Like I said, if you want to have some fun, go on Twitter and take a look at KY Sports Radio and see that pharmacists are getting in here and veterinarians are getting in and people are arguing back and forth and trying to hold people accountable. Tomorrow will be our show, same time, 12 to 2 here at ESPN 1170 AM. You guys enjoy yourselves. Get out there. Have a good time. And stay safe and sanitize, Quad Cities. We appreciate you.
Peace.